Hi everybody, my name's Doug Wilson. This is Yellowhawk Custom Kydex, the Hawk's Nest vlog. I want to talk about something that I get asked about almost every day. Will it scratch my blade? Will your Kydex sheaths scratch my blade? The Kydex? No, it won't. It can't. It's plastic. Plastic on metal. Plastic is a lot softer than metal. It will not scratch it. However, dirt, grime, and grit gets into that sheath from the second I build it. And that is what causes scratching on the blade, not the sheath. It happens with the leather sheath also. It does. Over time. It just happens a little quicker with Kydex for whatever reason. Okay? It's probably because the leather's really soft and the particles of grit and grime can seep into the leather and be missed by the blade until it's so compacted that you're scratching your blade all the time because the sheath is so old and the leather is so dry, right? Anyway, so no, the Kydex will not scratch your blade, all right? Now, most sheath makers have that problem. Their sheaths readily will scratch your blade because of the grit and grime that's inside. I take a step to prevent that, well, to mitigate that as much as possible. So you could see, look at this. This is a fairly polished blade. Now this is my Little Hawk design. It's made by Joshua Blankenship at Anchor Knife Company. Okay, it's called the Little Hawk. And this is the way it came from Josh. It's fairly polished. Not super polished. Not super polished, but fairly polished. Okay? You can notice there's no scratches on the blade. Okay? No scratches. Now, it's been in and out of this sheath at least 25 times. Okay? I'm making the sheath now. Okay? Alright? No scratches on the blade. Alright? Same with the psyops. Okay, this is the way it came from Josh. Okay? Now I can do this. Now this is the finished sheath for the psyops. Okay? Now I'm going to put it in and I'm going to take it out and I'm going to show you something. Okay. Now, you can see the marks that are on it. They're not marks. That is wicked wax. This stuff. This is what I put on the blades, and at one point I put it on the blade and put it in the sheath, and it comes off as the knife comes out of the sheath. It does touch the Kydex a little bit, right? It's unavoidable. Okay, so I'm going to take that off just with a cloth. All right, take that stuff off so I can show you there's no scratches on this blade. Now I got to sit here and polish this thing to get this stuff off because it's wax. Okay, see, pretty much no scratches. And this is the way it came from Josh. It has been in and out of this sheath at least 40 times. Okay, so the psyops, that's also my design, built by Joshua Blankenship. These belong to a client. Okay, so I just want to be clear about that and help guys out with this little short video, in that most Kydex sheaths out there on the market will scratch your blade readily. That's just the way it is. I take these extra steps to mitigate scratching, okay? Because honestly, it's not really the Kydex that's doing it. It's the dirt, grime, and grit that gets into the Kydex. And to prevent it, all you have to do, mitigate, okay? You're never going to prevent scratching on your blade. I don't care what you do. I don't care how good the maker is. Okay? Eventually you're going to get scratches on your blade because you're using it. Right? You're using it. And honestly, just go with me here. I don't see the point of buying a knife and not using it. But there are some guys that collect knives. They don't want their knives scratched. I'm telling you, I'm really good at not scratching your blades. Okay? But over time, it's going to happen. It's Kydex. It's a sheath. If that metal touches that sheath, leather or Kydex, doesn't matter, and there's dirt, grit, and grime on it or whatever, it's going to get scratched. Then you just polish your blade and drive on, right? It's easy to polish a blade. Okay? So I just wanted to say that this sheath is now ready, right? It's ready. I have it exactly the way I want it. I do minute little adjustments with the heat gun and whatnot, sanding or whatever, okay? Until it is absolutely perfect and no rattle. No rattle, okay? And most of the time when I take it out of the press and I take all the tape off the blade and I put it back in, it rattles. Most of the time. Well, not rattles, but there's play, right? Most of the time because of the tape. The tape takes up room. And that's part of how I keep from scratching your blades. That tape makes a little bit of room, right? So that, and then I have to fine tune the sheath to keep it rattle free or play free, right? All right, guys. I hope this helped you guys. Share this video if you can. This is pretty important, and this is an issue to some guys. Okay, it's not an issue with me. My knives are all users, so they get scratched while you're using them, and the least of the scratching is done by the blade. I mean, by the sheath. Most of the scratches are done by using it, right? Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thank you for supporting veteran-owned Yellow Hawk Customs. See ya.